it's Sheri here, and this is just going to be like a sort of random ranty story time video, I guess. I'm going to tell you about my 12-hour journey to get my stuff. Now, I originally wanted to title this my 12-hour journey to get my shit because that was the mood at the time, but then like, you know, I had to think about YouTube censorship and all that. But anyway, this is sort of clickbait because it wasn't like I was traveling the whole of the 12 hours. There was like a couple of hours of waiting and then yeah, but it's a fun story. It's not fun, it's a story. So a bit of context, I guess. What had happened was I was supposed to go to Los Angeles because after graduating from college, I needed to relocate. And so I packed up all my stuff. Now, normally I would go back to my family home in China, but COVID. Yeah. So I ended up like being like, okay, since I want to make videos and stuff, let's go to Cali and become an influencer. No, but it was like, if I go to Cali, which I was born in California, but I've never lived there for a long time, so I'm like, why not try this out, see how it is. And a friend was going to drive me there because she also wanted to relocate there. We had a falling out, and we had a falling out. I'm not going to go into too much detail because I feel like it's unfair to just tell my side of the story to the internet. But we had a falling out, and before like everything, I had come to stay in New Jersey and New York City. Like, it was complicated, but I had left most of my stuff. Now I'm gonna put a video up here. It's not a lot of stuff. I ended up like throwing so much away because I was like, oh yeah, we're traveling by car, so I need to just like get rid of a lot of my shit. And so it's like 4 years of college ended up being 2 big travel suitcases, 1 small suitcase, and then like 1 box, 1 bag, and then 1 sort of storage thing that I pulled along on a cart pulley thing. I can't really talk, but and I had been convinced to leave all that at my college so that we were gonna drive back up, get it, and then start the journey. And it was a stupid idea, and it's all complicated. But since we had a falling out, and then I wasn't going to California anymore because I don't know how to drive, and I like wasn't gonna just like, you know, it was complicated because like I don't know how to drive, and then taking planes is just like a little dangerous. And so I'm like, okay, I instead found a place in New York City to lease for a while, and I'm like, how the fuck do I get my shit here? Now I started at a classmate's like dorm room, and I'm like, okay, I need to go get it, but how do I go get it? And at first it's just like, oh yeah, you can like get it shipped, but because like our college is in the middle of fucking nowhere, and the fact that I wasn't like there to like, if I needed to go to like UPS or whatever to ship it, I wasn't there, and I didn't feel like right asking like this classmate of mine who was just starting school again to be like, hey, I need to like take all my shit here. And they didn't have a car either, and it was very complicated. So I'm like, okay, that's not gonna work. And I tried asking around, being like, oh yeah, who has a car, like if anyone's making this drive. But it's a 2.5 hour drive up, and then you have to come back down. And like I offered like money, but no one wanted to take this trip. So I'm like, okay, my only option now is I'm gonna have to get it myself. And the only way I could do that was like a lot of public transportation. I'm very thankful that like at least there is public transportation, but it's not that convenient just because like, so here's the whole journey that I took. So I take a subway from my place to Grand Central Station, and then to take that train, which is about like a 2 hour and a half journey up to Poughkeepsie, which is a place upstate. Oh, some people don't consider upstate. You guys make your own decisions, but a place upstate. And then I had to take about like an hour bus to get to my college to get my shit. And then I have to do that all the way back. And so I ended up having to wake up at 5-ish in the morning, because I was taking like the 6:30, 6:20, the 6:45, I don't remember exactly, but the 6-ish train to get there. Or else, like, if I missed that, I would not get back to New York City until like 8 p.m. just because of how the timing worked. So I left the house at 5:30. And now this is like slightly clickbait again, because like I wasn't traveling for the whole 12 hours, but you'll see. So I left the house around 5:30. I got to Grand Central 6-ish, and then I got a coffee and a almond croissant there. And then I waited like 30 minutes to get to the train. 2 hours all the way up, get to upstate, and then I have to wait for the local public bus, the Loop C. I think I'm waiting like another 40 minutes, I think. And then take the bus. It's like an hour-ish travel up. Like at this point, like I am like feeling so fucking nauseous, because first of all, I don't usually eat breakfast. And I ate breakfast that day, and I had like this giant fucking coffee, because they were like, you want a large or small? And I'm like, I'm so tired, let me get a large coffee this fucking big. And long story short, also my like social anxiety was kicking in real hard. Like, I guess it's been a while since I've traveled with that many people, and I don't know, my like social anxiety was kicking hard, because it's weird going back to college when you don't live there anymore. And so I had like a friend, and then like shout out to Kai, my friend, who was like so fucking helpful throughout this whole trip, who was like texting me, messaging me, being like, okay, like let's talk out your anxiety, this is all okay. I got there, and then I got my stuff, and I had like, I think I got there at, in the end it was like 10:30, so it had already been, yeah, it already been a couple hours. And I got there around 10:30-ish, and then, is that timing right? Yeah, it's about that timing, 10:30-ish, and then I went to get my stuff, and I had like, so it's 3 things that you have to pull, and I had 2 fucking arms, so I was trying my best, but there were people who asked to help me out, and then finally, I'm not good at taking help from strangers, but finally I'm like, yeah, actually, could you please help me? I'm like in way over my head. And I was like, I had 2 in one hand, and then the little pulley, like makeshift cart thing, but that, if the angle was wrong, that would just all like fall off the cart, and so I had to be like very careful, and it was like painful, because Bard roads are not paved right. Like, they are not straight, they're not even. I don't know how people like manage if you're in a wheelchair, because those roads are fucking like terrible. Bard, get on your shit. But I had to like carry that to the bus stop, and then I get to the bus stop and I realize, oh fuck, I don't have change, because to take the Loop C, if you have the student discount, it is 75 cents. And I realized I didn't have 75 cents because I had grabbed the wrong, like, I didn't grab my coin purse in the morning. Okay, I have a coin purse, yes, but, and I didn't have $1, I had $5, and I couldn't use the change machine in the campus center because like you need like an app to get in, which is whatever. And so I had to like message Kai being like, I'm really sorry, but like, could you please run over and bring me 75 cents? And he was like so nice. He ran over, got me 75 cents. We like sat down and talked for a little bit. By the time it was like 11:30, so like got there and had to get like immediately out. If I didn't get the 11:30, the next Loop C bus was at like 3, and then it would be a whole thing. I got there 11:30, rode the bus, and then I got to the stop, and then like this is me getting off the bus. The bus lady was super nice too. I did not get her name, but like the person who drove the Loop C that day, she was like extremely nice. She was helping me like carry the thing on. She put up the seat so I could like put my thing over, and it kept like sliding out to the aisle, so I had like one foot over and then like just like like hands outstretched to make sure that like it wasn't just rolling around all over the place. And yeah, so I'm like so thankful to the bus lady, so thankful to Kai. Honestly, like I would not have made this trip at all without your help, honestly. And we got to the train station. I was like carrying these two things. It's not that hard if it's like an even road, but like getting them on the curb and off the curb and then off the bus, it was like a lot to deal with. And then there's this like nice lady who's like, you want help? And I'm like, I got it, but could you please open the door for me? And she opened the door for me, and I had to wait an hour for the train because, you know, train times. So I was like just there waiting and like dying on the inside because I was hungry, I was tired, it was a lot. I think by the time the train got there, it was like maybe like 2-ish, like 1:50 something. Yeah, 1:50 something. I got my shit, got on the train. It was easy getting it on the train. There was an elevator down, got it on the train. Everything was okay. Rode the train, it was fine. I had to like watch out because it would like slide around in the back. I'm like, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck. By the way, there are a lot of people like from New York City who are like taking little day vacations upstate. Not gonna get into it, but and so we got off the train. There were a lot of people on that train. Why were there so many people on that train? Okay, we got off the train. I like got my stuff out the train, off the train. At Grand Central. I got myself an Uber because like I could not bring those 3 things with me on the subway. If it was just 2, I could handle it, but the 3 of them, no. And a lot of subways in New York City, like I cannot find the elevator. I don't know if they all have elevators, but I can't find the elevator for a lot of them. And got on the Uber. I was like pushing 2 of them with my knee and then like dragging one behind me. There is like a long ass ramp, right, up one part of Grand Central, and that almost killed me. I swear to God, like that fucking ramp. But I like did my best. I would have like people like who would like walk beside me, stop, look at me for a second, and then just keep walking. And I'm like, I don't want you looking at. I'm trying my best here, okay? So that was all settled. I got on the Uber. Didn't really have to wait. Very nice Uber person who like helped me put the shit on the car, and then we drove and we got to my place, and by the time we got there it was like 5:10 p.m. Yeah, took 12 hours, but I got all my shit. So yeah, that's like my incredible little journey to get all my stuff from Bard College here through public transport. That's all that's really taught me is like people are nice when you least expect it, or like your friends are the greatest things ever. And I gotta learn how to drive, man. I gotta learn how to drive. That's the lessons I've taken. What lessons have you taken? This is just a weird rant. Thank you for watching, and yeah, oh, I suck at outros, but thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye bye.